Now, on the 7th of September 2021, NEO announced at the share market offering, which was to make them raise a total of $2 billion US. Now, on that day, I remember on the 7th of September, so many of the investors that invest on NEO were panicking. Some were saying that it's dilution, some were saying it's not a dilution, which, or on a nutshell or overall, it was a 2% dilution. We all ended up agreeing on that. Now, I must say that the market, ever since that share dilution, it has been struggling because of that. And so many of the investors also were sort of like, some were having a question of saying, can NEO really raise this $2 billion US at the market offering? Which to me, I never doubted them even from the word go, because you'll remember that NEO is a company with great future prospects. NEO is a company that's doing well, and it's a company that continues to build in the strong fundamentals that it has, which is why it continues to attract so many investors to coming and invest to this stock. Otherwise, to those that added this stock or that added more holdings onto this stock this week when it was trading in the 30s, I would like to commend you, because it was a good opportunity for you to load the boat. I mean, me personally, I also loaded the boat, and in my previous videos, I also sort of like shared how much shares I added of NEO just this week, which is something that is incredible. Now, this at the share market offering that NEO announced on the 7th of September, just yesterday on Friday, they announced that they completed the offering and they have now raised $2 billion US, which is something that is incredible. And this is something that investors like. I mean, I'm very excited to finally hear this latest good news. I mean, this money already, you will know that it is going to even further strengthen more their balance sheet, which you already know that NEO already has a good, strong balance sheet now with the $2 billion at the market share offering, which they raised. It is going to further strengthen their balance sheet, which is something that is truly amazing. And the good thing, guys, is that you remember that already after market hours, the market really likes this kind of news, which is why the NEO is already or has went up already by over or by almost 3%, which is something that is incredible, and has to show you that it looks like this coming week that we are heading towards, it's going to be a very good week for the NEO stock, because finally we know that NEO has concluded or has raised that $2 billion US they wanted from at the market share offering. So it means that even on their future endeavors, they are really ready to tackle those ideas or those new developments that they might have in the future, because I mean, they've got a lot of money. I mean, already you will know that NEO has around 7 billion free cash flow. Now with this at the market share offering, NEO, I mean, you can imagine what it will bring, though they indicated that some of the money will be used for general corporate purposes only, but they did highlight that they will also use these $2 billion to further strengthen their balance sheet, which is something that is incredible. This just shows you or proves to you that you ought not to panic by the short glimpse here and there that we might see from the NEO share price, of it reacting to some of these news that negatively impact the share price, because you would know, or this just shows you that at the end of the day, NEO will strive, which is exactly what we are seeing on this $2 billion raise that they just got from at the market offering, which is something that is incredible. Now, those of you that were panicking in September after this announcement, I think now, like I said in my previous video, it's time to load the boat. It's time to come back on the NEO and buy these NEO shares, because guys, I think from here, all I can say is just brace yourselves, because NEO, rest assured, it is going to surprise a lot of people because of what they will be doing. I mean, already we know most of their plans that they have for this year and 2022. I mean, it's just incredible, and you would be definitely be blind if you don't see the great opportunity that lies within the NIO stock. Yes, I know the share price has not been doing so well, which I think that another reason which was contributing to that was this at the market offering. I think the market was also kind of like not sure if NIO will manage to raise this $2 billion. Now you remember that at the Q3 of 2021, something that really made me to see that NIO was going to raise this $2 billion very soon, it was when we read that NIO, by the time they reported their Q3 earnings results, they had only raised $1.2 billion. I knew that they were getting there. Now, to see that few days later they report or they announce that they have completed at the market offering is something that is truly amazing, and has to see the kind of potential that lies within the NIO stock. Now, big financial institutions continue to load or continue to pile onto this NIO stock because they believe or they can see where this stock is headed. They can see where NIO is headed, and they can see that it is set or it will do very well in the future, which is why we are seeing a lot of big financial institutions, some coming to buy this stock for the first time, some those that have bought the stock, they are loading the boat or adding more holdings on the NIO stock because they see the great potential that lies within the NIO stock. Now, from these $2 billion that NIO just raised from at the market share offering, NIO indicated that only $26 million will go to agents and other expenses, which is something that has to show you that almost the entire $2 billion will be going back into NIO's hands, which is something that is incredible and has to show you and motivate you to stay long onto this NIO stock, because it means that as for the future plans or for the upcoming future plans that NIO has, they won't struggle with money. They won't struggle to get funds because they already have a huge lump sum money in their hands, which is something that is incredible, as it offers the highest level of liquidity. And remember, companies with good cash balance sheets are perceived to perform well, which is why, well, one of the things that must really motivate you to stay long onto the NIO stock, because it is said to do very well. I mean, with such cash balance in their hands, it will do very well, no problem, and there's no doubt about that. So sometimes these things ought to teach you that you need to sometimes ignore the bad sentiments that you might hear about NIO on social media, and just know, or rather do due diligence and know exactly what is happening on this NIO stock. Or you can just subscribe to this channel and I'll give you the latest development that will motivate you to stay long onto this NIO stock, because it will do very well, no problem. Now, as I've said, I would like to congratulate those that bought this NIO stock this week, especially after the video I made on about the NIO stock, which was said on the screen. I indicated that don't wait for the NIO day to load the boat. It's time to load the boat, which I think we were sort of like accurate, because as seen on the screen, you'll notice that, as I've indicated, this stock, just because of this announcement or at the market announcement, its shares has went up by almost 3%, which is something that is incredible, and has to show you that those that loaded the boat this week did very well, which is something that I would like to commend you for, and I will continue to encourage you to stay long onto this NIO stock. Otherwise, please note that this video was just for entertainment purposes. It is not financial advice, and like I always say on almost each and every video that I make, please go out there before you decide to sell your NIO stock, or maybe not just NIO, but all the stocks that you own. Just make sure that before you sell, you do your own due diligence. You go and dig up the news and get the latest developments and get your facts straight, so that you don't sell a stock or a good quality stock which will do well in the future. Because I can tell you that some of the retail investors that sold the NIO stock early this week because of the shares dropping sharply are going to regret, or are already regretting, I think, because of the fact that these shares, after NEO just announced the completion of at the market share offering, it has went up by almost 3%. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that likes button, comment and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, I remain bullish on the NEO stock, and I believe that this is one of those stocks that will take so many retail investors to financial freedom. I mean, it is just set to do very well. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. God bless you all.